We live right now, man. Salute to the people. What's up? I know we ain't never done this ever. Oh, this is a new one for you. Yeah, we got the post recap fight. We post fight recap. You already know what it is. Deontay about Tyson Fury. What's good with the young Zen? You know what I'm saying? You out there living
Oh,
good. You know what I'm
shit.
saying?
What's
Got
good
the
with y'all?
joints
Hold
on
on.
deck.
Let me go ahead and mute that shit.
Are you good on your side? I ain't hear nothing.
Oh, you don't hear
Oh,
nothing?
my
You don't
bad.
hear that fan?
I kind of hear it, but it's not really loud on my end.
All right, well, shit.
I don't
If
know.
you don't think it's that loud, then I was like, I'm about to turn that joint on. It's not even. Is it cold in here to you? I mean, hot in here to
Damn.
you?
Someone just declined my. Oh, I
Yeah,
gotta see.
I don't need all that gotta your
I
way.
was I was finna be mad on some shit. I was like, oh, nigga decline my paperwork, man. What you mean? That don't make no sense. See, y'all don't even know, man. We out here, we working when we ain't working. Hey, man, let's talk
Told
about it, man.
y'all.
It's different, man.
See,
Black
he
Goose TV. I
said.
told you we was
He
finna be
said,
on.
told
It's
you.
Snoppers is in the building, bruh. Salute to the
But he
young
said
fighter.
Tyson was going to win by KO. See, so you was wrong then. Well, who said it then? I don't know who said
I
that
guess
then.
I was wrong, man.
I thought he said. I don't know.
Yo, it's
That's what you
snipers. I
said. He
could have
said.
swore you said Wilder was gonna win, bro.
That's what you
I'm
said,
like, you
dog.
know, we got
I
the
don't know what's
tape.
going
You
on.
know, I think you documented. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure this must be right. It's sniper safe. If I shit ain't sound right.
My bad. I watched the fight at work. You good, dog? That's what you got to do sometimes, man. You got to just
We
sit down
figured
and take a
we
break.
figured you was at work, bro.
Salute
Tyson
to
was
you though
fun.
for coming up in here though, getting it.
Whoa. Hey, I'll say this. I give Malik this much credit, and yeah, salute to you as always, this sniper for coming in here after work. You know what I'm saying? If you are still on work, appreciate you, bro. I'll say this: he was toying with him at times, but when Wilder really put that thing on him and hurt Fury, Fury put it in overdrive. He said, "Oh, I gotta stop toying with him. Let's be for real," because he was toying with him. Then he got caught. He said, "Let me change that solution." You heard me? Hit the like button. Post fight: Deontay Wilder KO by Tyson Fury recap. Gervonta Davis versus Rollie Zen Fluence in episode 10. You already know what we talking about, man. It's crazy, man. How you feel about it, Zen? You know what I'm saying? We both had Wilder. We speaking with our hearts, you know what I'm saying? We picked him all three fights. He basically lost all three fights. This is probably one of the most lopsided trilogies and one of the most unnecessary trilogies that are ever going to go down in sports history. Unfortunately, let me just know your take. How you feel about it, brother?
Um, it's just kind of sad because you know you can get so far doing something so long, and then when you're not at the best anymore, or you're not looked as the best anymore because you've lost, that it diminishes everything you've done to get to that point. Is just kind of sad because I feel like that's what they're gonna do. Try to do to Wilder. They're gonna try to just bury him and say he's not this, he's not that. He lost to Fury when nobody else is beating Fury. So I'm like, it's not gonna make sense to me.
Fair though, to be fair, are they not going to do the same thing to Joshua? Are they not doing the same thing to Joshua?
In reference to what?
The same thing. Like Joshua ain't shit. He wasn't really that good of a boxer. He's a bodybuilder. But
All right,
Usyk hasn't been
I'll be
beaten either.
real. Look,
Usyk is
everybody on here, look,
basically
because
Fury,
Flu
just six
knows,
four,
Flu
6'3". Excuse
knows
me.
I've been going with Screaming Bum Squad. Uh,
That's crazy. Does
Flores
he
knows,
understand that Fury is from the UK? Does he understand he's going against his fellow American?
but I'm
I know
saying,
it don't matter.
but I'm saying, Fury. What was I saying, man? Damn, I don't remember. Goddamn
Well,
saying.
look, at the end of the day,
I
I'm just
was.
like,
Oh, that's what I was saying. I was saying nobody is beating Fury, bro. So I'm saying,
no one's beating Usyk.
but I'm saying, oh, okay, that's what I want to say. Look, so Flu knows that I've been going at Joshua, but see, the real reason why I'm really over Joshua just because I felt like he was supposed to go in there and do what he was supposed to go do. Be the big man game as Fluence was talking about the whole time, saying that's the advantage that he has, and he couldn't put it together. And I had Skrilla on it, so that's really why I was saying the things I was saying. Ultimately, I don't think that he's a bum because I said he was in wars. So clearly, I know he's not a bum because he won some of them wars. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm just was more disappointed. So that's why I say those things. But at the end of the day, they're both going to be fine because if they both bought each other, they're still going to. It could probably be better than the Fury fight in numbers, especially if it's in the UK. Wilder trip go over there. What you think? No.
They quick with it, huh?
What you
They
think?
quick with it. Look how quick they with that thing. They ain't waste any time.
No,
So what are you saying? You saying Wilder versus Joshua?
no, yeah. I'm saying that fight could still just be as big.
Wilder versus Joshua can be just as big as Fury versus Joshua. That's what you're saying.
Well, if Joshua don't win the belts back, no. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, say Joshua loses to Usyk the second time,
So
and
you think they're actually gonna grant a rematch of Joshua versus Usyk when they have Usyk versus Fury?
yeah, because it's I think he put his rematch clause in. He had that in his contract. So I think that's going to happen because if he tries to go to Fury, they're going to do exactly what they did to the Fury fight the first time with Joshua. They're going to make Wilder fight. I mean, they're going to make Usyk fight Joshua first again.
Real quick, I do want to address this from my guy. It's snipers, and you know your boxing knowledge is through the roof. He said Fury weighed him down. And the reason why he gets tired is because boxing wise, he's just not that good. He has to rely on that right hand. I'm gonna actually disagree with you a little bit here. It's snipers. I think he got tired because he was the heaviest he's ever been, and he's not naturally a boxer, right? He started late, and his whole entire career he fought at a certain weight, which was hovering between 212 and 225. So the fact that he decided to be 230 plus, and not only one fight, the one fight where he lost, but the second fight as well, made no sense to me. Why would you not be at the weight you had the most success against Fury? And I said that. I said that was my only worrying thing. Like, you've only been 230 plus in two fights in your entire career, and you've lost both. Well, you lost the first one going to the second. What made you? It just didn't make any sense to me. So that's all I got to say. But anyway, so let me ask you this then: where does Wilder go from here? Where do you feel like Wilder goes from here?
Basically, Wilder's best thing is to wait out. Either he wants to see what Joshua does against Usyk and see if he can fight him after he probably loses to Usyk if he does again, or if he doesn't want to wait that long, he fights somebody like a Dillian White, someone that isn't necessarily as big as him, and he can, walk him down and, try to use his size and get his confidence back. That's about the best thing you could probably do for him. Come like Dillian White still has some weight to his name, or a big baby, or he has, just fight somebody that is a threat, but necessarily isn't gonna big man him, if that makes sense.
Real quick, let me address this from his snipers. But if you look at his old fights, he just looks fatigued after the second round. But since his right hand is so powerful, one punch can change the whole fight. I don't think he's necessarily fatigued. It's snipers. I know what you're saying, but in my opinion, I think it's just he's just so heavy on his front foot. Like he's so he's so flat-footed. Like he literally sits down on everything. That's why even when he throws wild and he doesn't actually throw the proper technique, he can still generate power because he's so heavy when he's not light on his feet at all. So that's why at times he looks tired, but really he's just when he's walking forward, he's plodding rather than maybe like taking small steps or tapping or being on his toes. That's what I may think. Obviously I could be wrong. It's my opinion. I say I really don't care what anyone says when you get them out of money they making. Nobody loses. Yeah, absolutely. I don't ever talk about the personal life when I'm speaking toward these things. I'm just talking about it in the sport. The thing is, I say, what I'm saying, when like if you just want to look strictly at the sport, you can see Wilder's 35 years old. He lost against the best when it comes to Fury. There's no shame in that. But what's the point of fighting a guy like White, beating him, fighting Joe Joyce, beating him, fighting Ortiz again, beating him, fighting Parker, beating him, whoever it may be, beating these guys, right? Just to fight Fury again for the fourth time when for the most part, Fury's probably you're not gonna be able to beat him. Right? And it's not because Wilder shouldn't do that. It's I just look strictly at Wilder's age. I'm like, he's 35 years old. So you tell him to go through all these wars just to fight Fury again? when if he really wanted to, he can just get the big name fights now. Him versus Joshua can happen right now. Like he can fight Joshua, fight Big Baby Miller, and then after that fight Dillian White, and he can retire if he wanted to. Like we don't have to see him fight Fury again. But is it worth it? Because I feel like he's made so much money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, he can't just retire, bro, because that's not gonna look good to go out like that. I'm sorry. He's for sure gonna want over some reback on somebody. He gonna want to knock somebody out. So he gonna fight somebody for sure. But I understand what you're saying. That road back to the top just to get knocked down again doesn't make sense. But it all depends if Wilder feels like he wants to go on that journey. You know what I'm saying? And then if he feels like that's not worth it, then he'll come to that conclusion. But I hear what you're saying, but I'm like,
supposedly he went on that journey before this fight, right? God boxing, he was supposed to make the difference in everything that happened. You know what I'm saying? And he made some subtle differences, right? But it just wasn't enough. God boxing. No disrespect. This isn't me mocking. I'm like, you said we were supposed to see a different Deontay Wilder, a guy where you just reached into the toolbox. You pulled out certain weapons that he wasn't using with Mark Brillin. Warriors mentality. Fight until you feel like you can never stop. We're going to put it on him, the feints, the jabs. Look at him. He didn't do any of that. I didn't see him do any of that movement. Look at that. But what did we say? What did I tell you? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. I know it's the saying we can all hear, but
all he did was
35
go to the body. That's all he did.
But he went to
to
the body. He didn't throw any hooks to the body. Everything was straight to the body. And as soon as he started to get hit up tight, it didn't mean nothing. And they weren't doing nothing. They weren't hurting. Fury. None of it.
So would you say Malik Scott's fraud, or you say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Malik Scott is a fraud. You think?
I tried to give him his credit beforehand, but I didn't see anything. Like I thought, at the very least, we were going to see certain little implements.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Because I'm like, think about this, bro. Say if I'm hooping shit, right? But you're on my team, and you see me trying to get buffed for the season, right? But my bread and butter is my jumper, and it's gonna be better if I have less weight. I would hope you advise me, like, yo, Chan, like, you trying to get to 220, my nigga? Like, why not be at that comfortable at 190, my boy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would hope you would tell me that. Now, if I just said fuck you, or
skills
not say
pays
fuck you,
the bills, man. Weight don't pay the bills. Being
but
oversized,
I'm talking about as far as the cardio though, because he looked tired. He didn't look tired in the first fight like
pay
that.
the bills. Skills is cardio. Skills is being at a comfortable way where you can perform and do the things that you can without tiring yourself out. Right? He got insecure. He felt the weight. He felt like he almost got knocked out. He believed that the dude Tyson Fury cheated, so he believed that, oh, just because he was at a heavier weight, I can be at a heavier weight and I can contest. But it was just all the wrong strategy. And it came out to be that Fury has people around him that actually ended up being people that taught him to do the right things and how to actually properly box, while Wilder, on the other hand, had yes men around him. Never actually told him the real. Please, if y'all up in here, man, hit the like button, man. If y'all ain't like
so I want to hear from you then. If you, because I'm not trying to make it seem like you like, the boxing guru or nothing like that, but you have a lot of knowledge. So I'm saying, if you would have that opportunity, somehow, some way, Wilder reached out to you, he heard these videos, and he was like, look, this guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about. What would you try to get to Wilder, or what would you try to at least get him to try to pick up? Not if you say you can't teach him new tricks, but you can get him disciplined to do certain things, I feel. If that makes sense, So what would you try to give him an upper advantage? Not necessarily against a Fury, but just to come back and not be the same. What would you give him though?
I couldn't give him anything because he's 35 years old and he's already had over 40 fights. You know what I'm saying?
So
There's
you're
nothing
saying
I
he's
can do.
done?
I'm not saying he's done. I'm just saying at the point of that he's at in his career, styles make fights. Styles make matchups. You know what I'm saying? Malik Sky's the guy you drop off in a street court 1-on-1. Then years later, he's your teammate because when he can't beat you, he just joins you. And you know what I mean? He's
Yeah, that's crazy
he's
because that's a great
100% right.
breakdown.
He's
That's
he's 100% right, bro.
100% great down.
And it is like if y'all making money together, like this nigga's never gonna go against you when it comes to being in your corner. He's just gonna tell you all the shit you want to hear. Hell yeah, bro. Like, yeah, we working. Da, 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 da. Like, finally, you promoted me to where I need to be. Look, you working with me, I'm gonna show you all this shit right. But it's like, hold up. You can't just break down and make this nigga fight the way you fight if you've never fought the way you fought. Shouldn't you be implementing what he does the best? And that's what Mark Brillen actually did. Everyone wanted to say Mark Brillen wasn't a good coach because Deontay Wilder didn't progress. But in reality, Mark Brillen said, "This is what I have. This is what I have to work with. I'm not going to do anything or add anything that's going to make anything worse than it already is because I'm not going to make him into. He's not a boxer. That's not just what he is. He has a right hand, and I got to show him how to set up that right hand as simple as possible. But not only as simple in a strategic way where the average person doesn't see it and they think it's just like he has a right hand. He just no, bro. He dropped Fury a couple times. That's impressive. So it's like it's not like when I'm saying the things I'm saying, he doesn't have a future, he doesn't have a chance, he doesn't have, he does. It's just at the age that he's at, and to allow himself to take the beating that he did in the second fight and in the third fight. How do you come back from that? Like any other fighter, if it wasn't Wilder, like let's be real, if you seen a finish like that, you'd be like, damn, Jesus, like this nigga got laid out. This nigga looked like he was this bro, like he was on one of them super slides, nigga, and he was just
You know
diving
why I'm
down.
probably not sitting here that distraught, bro? Because I think I just
Because you
probably
biased.
expected it. That's not even that. I expected it, bro. You talking about I'm biased? See, there you go, man. You're bumping them lips. Look, I expected it, bro. I expected him to lose. You see, I didn't put no money down. I was talking about putting money down. Why this? I was
Thank
thinking,
God you didn't. That would have been you'd have been mad as hell, nigga. This would have been worse than Joshua, nigga. Think about you
but see,
calling
that's
Wilder a bum, nigga.
But see, you see,
And
that's why I
his
learned
wife.
from my
His wife. And
mistakes.
now I think about Big Baby Miller. What Big Baby? Remember what Big Baby said? You over there walking with him, allowing him to go up in there. Malik Scott, get your ass up out of here, man. No disrespect. Look, I love all y'all, man, and I don't want y'all coming for me, but I'm just like, man, it showed Wilder had a lot more yes men in their corner than Fury did. It also showed that y'all YouTube community, when it comes to how you back Wilder and the things y'all say, y'all ridiculous. Y'all spread lies. I don't support y'all none. If I'm ever going to be accepted into the boxing community, I don't want to be a part of y'all community because we talk real shit. From day one, y'all been trying to slander Terrence Crawford's name. From day one, I've been told you ain't no one made more money than Terrence Crawford when it comes to that weight class. So y'all just on some bullshit. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Go ahead, brother.
What did they say about Terrence Crawford? I didn't mean it. No. I need you to elaborate on that because, bro, me and you've been watching Bud for years.
No. You know, that's what I'm saying. You know, back in the day when I was heavy on this thing and I always talk numbers, you know, Terrence Crawford, why he keep re-signing with
Since
Bob
2014.
Earl? Why he ducking? Why he keeps signing with Bob Earl? He ducking.
AB, the only other person that made just as much money as him.
Woo. Bruh. At that weight class, yes. Oh, why he ducking? Because since 2014, Bob been giving him a fight, nigga, since 2014. That's why right now he's complaining about him.
Remember that comment? I could build a house in Malibu off it.
Oh yeah, but I'm like that. Why you think he's saying that? He's like, man, I've been giving this man a meal forever. But I'm like, bro, y'all gonna see the Sean Porter fight. Sean Porter's gonna get stopped in 7. And it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be in a southpaw. It's gonna be a right hook. So like I say,
all I know is, but see the thing I give Earl can be defensive for 12 rounds, and he has good defense. He's very good and counterpunching and really fighting off his back foot. He's great at it. But I'm saying he doesn't. I haven't really seen him walk down anybody.
My bad, Zan. Love you, bro. But yeah, Sniper said I ain't no Bud hater. This is why I was like, but man, where was you at during the? Cause man, I need your opinion. That last one was up in there. You know what I'm saying? He had the Fury Love all over it. But anyway, I ain't no Bud hater, but he doesn't sell pay-per-views. It's Snipers. Why does it matter, bro? Who sells pay-per-views nowadays? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. It's
Shit,
Snipers
Canelo, the only
who?
one that's really having people really tuning in like that.
Canelo
Connor,
don't sell pay-per-views, bro. The only nigga that sell
then Connor,
pay-per-views right now is Connor.
yeah, Connor. John
That's
Jones
the
would have, but
only
you know,
dude. I don't even want to get in that. We stay away from that. We support our brothers. We don't ever slander them, so we're gonna stay away from those. Uh, but yeah, who sells pay-per-views nowadays?
yeah, Floyd gone, man. AB done. So
So I don't understand that as a reason to get on someone. So to say Terrence Crawford don't sell pay-per-views. No one sells pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just talking about for y'all to say that Crawford be ducking the best in the division because he resigns with Bob Arum. Bob Arum gives him the biggest bag. That's all I'm saying. So how is that ducking? That's smart business moves, in my opinion. I've been told y'all that. But y'all don't listen to me because I'm a small little YouTube channel. And I ain't consistent. I don't talk boxing enough. Your Sniper said it
I don't
matters,
think it's
man. Why
that.
you think he ain't as recognized? Because boxing ain't just fighting. It's about the entertainment. He said Canelo sells pay-per-view, Tank sells pay-per-view, even Ryan Garcia sells pay-per-views. It's Snipers, bro. Do I got to do it? Because we got this new capability that I'm paying for. I can go on the Googles and I can show you the Googles. The pay-per-views is not that far off when it comes to the guys that you're talking about when it comes to Bud. If y'all allow me the time, I can pull this up. If Zen, if you can do me the time, I'm just gonna pull up a Canelo pay-per-view. Numbers, you got me, Zen? Because I'm like,
What you
bro,
mean? You want me to look up something?
no, I'm looking them up. I'm just like, just talk to the people. See, I'm looking at the highest one. Let's just look at that right there. And you also have to remember Canelo is with Eddie Hearn. So that means he got the UK side of the game locked up. It was smart. Man, I can't.
Man. But Terrence Crawford. But I thought when he fought Kell Brook, like a lot of people tuned into that, bro. I thought it got just as high as ratings as the Lomachenko Lopez fight.
Okay, so all right, it's Snipers. This is for you, bro. And I'm gonna show you right now. And I'm gonna show you how biased things
This is for
are,
you,
right?
bro.
I'm gonna show you how biased things are. All right. So I want to show you this first. This Canelo Smith. This is Canelo versus Caleb Smith. I know it's a little while ago. They did 300 pay-per-view buys, right? Roughly 300 pay-per-view buys. This is from Fight Sports, okay? This is Canelo versus Caleb Smith. All right, you see that? Now let me share this. Hold on.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You look like you stressed out looking at that screen, bro. You like
I'm gonna get some glasses. Y'all don't even know. With various Crawford comp pay-per-view numbers swirling around, Aram says, "Don't believe everything you hear." And if you can see right here, because I can't see this shit, it said, but actually closer to 150,000, all the way up to the respectable Spence Garcia range of 320 to 360,000. So, they're saying at the low end 2,000. Excuse me, 200,000, possibly to 320. Even if it's in the 200,000 range, that's not bad because Canelo Smith only did 300K. So what are you saying? Respectfully, it's Snipers. saying that Canelo does amazingly better numbers than Terrence Crawford. Because I see only $100K difference. But I also see Canelo getting paid way more money than Terrence Crawford. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, baby. Before Canelo was with Eddie Hearn, he was still top in pay-per-views. I agree with that because every promoter will tell you the Mexican dollar is what gets. I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. Are they counting the ones who still had subscriptions before and was watching? They probably are not. But also, you got to remember, Canelo, his pay-per-view numbers are added also since he's with Eddie Hearn, because Colum Smith was when he was with Eddie Hearn in the zone. They're also counting BT Sports boxing pay-per-view numbers. So they're talking about UK numbers. They're talking about American numbers. Terrence Crawford versus Amir. Oh, that was also BT Sports. So you're right. Okay. But still, Canelo only did 100K more, 150K more with how much he's making. He did more pay-per-views, but not that much more. No, don't. It's not. Don't do that. Because it's not in the discussion. I'm saying for someone who's getting paid the amount of money that Canelo's getting paid $100 million. Over $100 million.
Yeah, because he was getting these 100, 800K, 900K a fight. Floyd was getting numbers, bro. So it's not like Canelo out here doing Floyd numbers at all.
Subscriptions don't count, because if we're talking about subscriptions, we got to talk about subscriptions to ESPN too, because ESPN also has subscriptions with ESPN Plus. So we're just talking about strictly pay-per-view numbers, just numbers off of what we bought and watched. But I'm like, either way it goes, I'm like, you're right. Canelo is he sells more pay-per-views. No, I'm not disagreeing. Canelo sells more pay-per-views, but it's not by the wide margin that you would think, and how people try to make it seem like Terrence Crawford is someone who's not viewed. I don't know if you remember, Zen. I made a Fluence boxing way back when where I said I forgot who Crawford fought, but it made it was like 1 million viewed on TV, and then Sean Porter.
I thought it was the Kell Brook. I thought it was a Kell Brook versus.
No, it was before that. It was just it wasn't a pay-per-view one. I think it was versus Kavi Alaskas. It was like 1.6 million.
9K. 9K.
Yeah, and then I forgot. Yeah. So I'm like, Crawford gets views. So I'm like, it's just a lot of people have a lot of disrespect toward Bob Arum because of what happened with him and Floyd. But people actually don't understand that actually Bob Arum was a pretty good promoter. I think, in my opinion, the worst promoter is Oscar De La Hoya, from what I see.
Yeah,
and how fighters get treated.
He didn't even know his fighters. He's like, "Where's Canelo fighting?" I don't know. December. He's not fighting him though at all. And you know, fighting him. I was like, "What's?" He don't know who he's fighting, man. He guessing. He lost Ryan Garcia too.
None of them's good though. None of them's really that good. So, but either way it goes, I'm like, I respect Almo. I just think the slander that Terrence Crawford gets is disrespectful.
What are the boxing channels saying though? You're not addressing what they're saying, or unless you're not trying to do that, then I'll let it be, and I'll move forward.
As in, what you mean?
Like, what are they saying? What's the disrespect? I want to know, because I'm like, how can you disrespect the nigga?
Oh, toward Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, like how can you
boxing channels necessarily? I'm just talking about our people, like a lot of our channels, like when it comes to boxing news and how we promote boxing. Well, for PBC, because Al Heyman, he's a guy, he's black. And they go for Earl, Keith Thurman, Sean, and they really disrespect Terrence Crawford because he continues to ride with Bob Arum, and Bob Arum has a label he has because of the beef he had with Floyd. But it's like, people don't understand, if you look into the numbers, like Terrence Crawford, like I've been told you, he been getting the bag since 2014. Like, no one's been paid the amount of money Terrence Crawford's been paid at the 147.
He getting the bag, bro. He out there in Nebraska.
Outside of Floyd, it's been AB. AB is the only person who can say, I've been getting paid as much money as Terrence Crawford since 2014. That's the only person. It's like, it's crazy how people really just, they don't know the numbers, they don't know nothing, and they just talk all this shit. And it's like, it's not about uplifting the employer or Bob Arum saying he's this and that. It's just like, don't paint Terrence Crawford as someone who he's not. You feel me? Because I'm like, Gamboa was literally supposed to be the next Floyd, and that nigga Crawford came out of nowhere and just, nigga. People don't know how good Gamboa was supposed to be. People don't know. People don't understand. To this day, he's only been knocked down and stopped by Terrence Crawford.
Tank did it. Tank did it.
He stopped him? You sure didn't go to decision?
12th round, bro. We watched it. Remember, he hit him with like 6 uppercuts in a row, and they called it.
I still don't believe it.
What do you mean? We watched it live.
I don't know. You're probably right, but I just gotta remember.
Okay.
He said so. You just can't count the ESPN subscription at all, and even if you did, just because you have ESPN Plus, doesn't mean you watching that pay per view. You know what I mean? I do, man. So Crawford's only known by boxing fans and not run. No, I agree with that. I'm actually not against that at all. I'm not saying his no crop. So Zen is snipers kind of proving my point. He just said Terrence Crawford isn't known by anyone outside of boxing fans, right?
Yeah.
Canelo is known outside of boxing fans, right? But yeah, he only did 100K more pay-per-view buys, right? But he gets paid way more than Terrence Crawford, right? But Crawford still has been paid the most in the 147 division other than AB, right? Since 2014. So what is Terrence Crawford being scared of? What is he running away from?
You know what it really is, bro, and people are not really putting it to it. He beat everybody that everybody else tried to give credit to. He just did like the Floyd route his own way. Like, think about it. The Jeff Horn, he beat Pacquiao. He's undefeated. He got the belt. All this miraculous stuff. He really went up in weight after beating Ndungo and was like, all right, I'm about to go get this nigga work. Gave him hell for 9 straight rounds. All right, next opponent. Okay, who was the dude? He was like 6. He was like 5'10", 5'11". I forgot his name, but he ended up knocking him out in the 12th round. Benavidez Jr. Great fight. It was a hard fight for him because he was trying to find his distance, but he ended up getting him, knocking him out. But I'm like, nobody's out here trying to fight Benavidez Jr. because you told me that's a bad matchup for a lot of fighters. You're like, his style, how he is, his length. Because he was giving Bud a good fight, was he not?
Absolutely. And this is why I love his snipers because, you know what I'm saying? That's why I know you brought the gang, man. Go back and forth on all this shit irrelevant that day. Not only will he beat Showtime, but he gonna outbox him. Like, absolutely. Like, so we went back and forth about Terrence Crawford for no reason. It's like, exactly. Like, I agree with you. He's going to, I think Showtime. I don't even know if Sean Porter knows what he's about to get into in this fight, bro. Like, I've never felt like I usually be like, but there's something about I think in the 7th round, Porter finna get caught with something. And it's not because I think Porter's not as good as everyone thinks he is. He is. I just think he's been through so many wars at this point that you're fighting Crawford at the wrong time, bro. Like, you fighting Crawford when he's peaking. I think Porter's on his downside. I think Porter been in too many wars, bro.
I just think that Porter lost to a southpaw. And Terrence Crawford can do both. So it's like, how do you prepare all that switching and moving? You can't do that because Terrence Crawford can switch either stances and catch you. So if you moving a certain way, he can throw.
He lost to multiple southpaws. He lost to Danny Garcia also.
But they gave him that fight though. He didn't lose to Danny Garcia. He beat Danny Garcia for the belt.
You're right. But it was close.
But he lost to Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman's a southpaw, right?
Oh yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Yeah. Him and Pacquiao were southpaws.
Yeah. So he has trouble with southpaws. No disrespect though. Nickname yourself Showtime's dope as hell, but Spence been through so much trauma, he gonna be busy. Yeah, that's true. See, so much trauma, he gonna bust. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
So you think?
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. But see, that's why people not giving Bud neither. Because I'm like, look, man. Spence had a lot of wars, low key, that I don't think Terrence Crawford has wars with. Like, think about how long it took him to get Kell Brook out of there versus Bud.
Well, yeah, no, that's my point when it comes to Bud. Like, and I'm like, it's crazy. I'm like, we were supposed to be talking about Davis, but we're gonna get there.
But I'm like, there, man. I'm not in a rush.
Salute to you, bro. Salute. Hopefully you enjoy your weekend. By the way, I gotta say this to my guy. You know what I'm saying? I know Black Goose Friday didn't pop up Friday. By the way, y'all, Fluence Sunday is not gonna pop up tomorrow either. It's gonna be postponed. What's gonna happen this upcoming Friday is gonna be Black Goose Friday. Upcoming Sunday is gonna be Black Goose Sunday. A lot of shit happening this week, but don't worry, it's gonna drop this upcoming weekend. That's how it goes sometime. But anyways, back to it. I just want to let them know, just in case you didn't catch it at the beginning of Fluence Lounge. I let the people know. But anyways, when it comes to Bud and when it comes to Sean Porter, like, if you want to be real with it, I think the biggest problem that Sean Porter is going to have to deal with when it comes to Bud, and that he kind of dealt with when it comes to Earl. Did you see how when Earl decided to punch low, it was a problem for Porter?
Mm-hmm.
So Earl Spence throws a lot of hooks. He has beautiful hook. He has beautiful straights, but he does a lot of hooks and uppercuts. Right? The type of style that Porter has, he's able to elude those type of things beautifully. Right? Because he stays low to the ground, low to the ground, and I'm close. Low, close, tight. But as the rounds go on, if I put enough damage on it, I can catch you with something. Right? When it comes to Crawford's a little bit different. He's going to be throwing a lot of straight punches when it comes to those type of things. And he's going to be measuring with the straight punches, if that makes sense. Because if you look at Spence is more of a, like, I don't know. I want to say Spence is more of a dirty fighter, but I think Crawford is more of a calculated fighter when it comes to where he places his shots. Right? He can be dirty and he can swing and he can be wild, but the power behind it is different in the aspect of when you watch Earl. And you just got to watch the footage, you know what I'm saying, the film, side by side. I'm telling you. Crawford throws with bad intentions.
Yeah.
Earl throws to hurt. Crawford throws with bad intentions. So he's careful when he throws them. See what I'm saying? So there'll be rounds when it's like a lot of it is measuring. He's landing some good shots, but he's really measuring. Because like I got to be ready to throw when it. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like
Earl
feel
will be like, I'm inside. Then back out. Feel me?
I feel like Earl just doesn't necessarily pressure people. Like he's like Floyd Mayweather in the later of his career. Because if you watch Floyd in the beginning of his career, Floyd used to walk his opponents down. He used to start dodging, but he'll come forward with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Later in his career, I feel like he put more on his back foot, more using the ropes, more, tricking and manipulating his opponent with his feints and his dodging, his pull counters. You know what I mean? I feel like Earl doesn't do it necessarily like Floyd because he's bigger, but his defense is in the same aspect, like I said. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, when he throws that right, it has some on it, but like you said, it's to hurt necessarily because he's trying to get back. Much like where Bud, he's coming when he's throwing though, he can come forward with it, but he still be in his whole element in a sense.
Let me talk about this first. Let me talk about this one. Please, if y'all up in here, man, hit the like button. Like, I don't understand why y'all in here. Y'all hit the like button. Like, we going post fight. I'm over here in the Central Time. My guy over there in the Pacific Time. We showing y'all love, man. Show us love. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. But did you just see what happened with Usyk and Joshua?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Crawford is technically the smaller guy when it comes to Earl Spence, Sean Porter, all those guys, right?
Who is?
Crawford.
He's smaller. Crawford for like 5'8", right?
I mean, he's the one who's coming up in weight, right?
Oh, he is.
I don't mean
he's
like
not a natural.
But if you're weight class,
yeah, because he was 135 and then he was 140.
He's coming up in weight, right? And what they say a lot of times when it comes to heavyweights, I know it comes to heavyweights, but the smaller guy who comes up, who's more skilled and fights the bigger guys who's skilled, usually the smaller guy who's more skilled is going to win. It's usually always the case. Because the smaller guy is going to be more athletic. They're going to be able to get to the spot quicker than we'll be able to do certain things. Unless that bigger guy has ungodly knockout power with that skill, which is never the case, right? We saw with Usyk and Joshua as an example. If y'all don't believe me, there's an example for you guys. Right? So, Crawford coming up in weight and being technically the more skilled guy, what would you expect?
Rephrase that again.
Like button, snipers. Hit that joint. Huh?
Rephrase that again. I didn't catch it.
So I'm basically with Terrence Crawford coming up in weight, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And he's fighting Sean Porter. And he's technically, and even if we're not, because we were technically referring everything and referencing everything towards Errol Spence, he's technically the better boxer than Errol Spence. Why? I know a lot of you say, how is he the better boxer? If you watch from the eye test, Errol Spence is a bully at 147. When he was coming up, that's what everyone would say. He's a bully. He would, he'd body shots. He hit you in the body. He was the Dillian White of the 147 division coming up, right? Terrence Crawford was not known as that. He was more of a savage, a guy who would, you know what I'm saying, kind of outbox you, angle you, and hit you with that nasty power, right? So Terrence Crawford, if you talk about what kind of everyone always was said or how you looked at him in the scouting report, was always the guy who would be a sharpshooter. When it comes to Earl Spence, he was always the bully. I'm bigger than you, and I'm gonna make you submit to my will, right? And I don't understand why people aren't missing that. People changed the narrative because there was that rumor that came out that Earl Spence destroyed Floyd in sparring, right? So all of a sudden now Earl Spence is a sharpshooter. He's technical. He's calculated, right? I never seen that from Earl, and I thought that was evidence when you saw him against Danny Garcia and you saw him against Sean Porter. He had a tough fight against Sean Porter, and against Danny Garcia, Danny Garcia and Mike Garcia. He dominated versus Danny and Mikey, but he didn't get them both out of there because he's not a sharpshooter. He's a bullier. He's a Jarrett Hurd of the 147 division. That's what I see.
Terrence Crawford agree to that because I'm like, I just think this. I just think that how come nobody's talking about Terrence coming up in weight and knocking out everybody that he's fought? No decisions, nothing even getting close to the scorecard, but that Benavidez fight, and that's only because he was the bigger opponent, and it was harder for him to get in. What did he do
though with him?
He adjusted at him. He broke him down. He just
did that nigga not get knocked out? It was over. It didn't go to the cards. It didn't go to the cards.
Nope, didn't go to the cards.
I'm like, that's what I'm saying. It don't even matter.
But all of Bud's fights have gone to the cards, and that's Earl's fights. Yeah. But everybody keeps telling me he's more powerful, he's more skilled. But I'm like, why does he have to go to the decision cards? But
that's what's weird. But because I just told you the narrative of him coming up was he's the bully.
Right? But I think that's what makes Bud even that better of a boxer or maybe a phenomenon. But see, that you got to come from somebody that's always been an underdog and always hasn't. Because you got to think Earl is the favorite. Everybody loves Earl. If you talk to anybody, I always say Earl this, Earl that. I'm like, okay. But now if you talk to people that, more older school, more understanding of, boxing, they probably box themselves. They're going to tell you Bud's a bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to really let you know I like Bud more just because of how he gets down. Because that's how older school dudes, like, I'm really coming to really, like, hurt your soul. Like, you know what I mean? While I teach you a lesson. While Earl, I feel like more so, like you say, it's more of a bullier thing. Like, hi, I'm bigger than you, and I'm going to just be bigger than you. Because, like,
see that, like, even what we just saw real quick, it's not for salute to you as always, bro. We always respect you. We always know you got all the boxing knowledge. He said never thought I would hear people with as good as boxing knowledge as me respect you. Ain't no BS in this channel. It's all love. Like, even when it comes to the Wilder and Fury fight, like, even with me picking Wilder, if y'all would have been watching the stream, y'all would have known Wilder was, you say ain't no BS, but I'll play, like, I'll be biased. Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm gonna be biased. This is who I pick. But if you listen to me in between, y'all know what I'm really about, because I really said to you, I was like, okay, all these fights prior are basically, replicates of the fight you're going to see. Hellenius versus Kawanaki is a lower level of F.A. Agabi versus Frank Sanchez is a lower level of Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, and all of them played out the way you would expect if you're a hardcore boxing fan. But, sometimes you can fanboy and hope some things can happen, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to actually breaking it down, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be on no bullshit. I'm not going to be on that. But I'm like, especially when it comes to, go ahead, bro.
If Fury ends up, okay, let's say just something like this happens, right? Joshua goes and beats Usyk, gets his belts back, ends up fighting Fury. Fury knocks him out and unifies the whole division. Is he the best fighter of all time?
Fury's already the best fighter of all time. Usyk for AJ, I don't really like. I know you're saying they already put in a rematch clause. I really don't think it's gonna actually go through.
Eddie Hearn's gonna make that done. Best believe it.
No, Eddie Hearn's gonna try really hard, but Frank Warren's gonna try and make sure that doesn't happen, because Frank Warren has pull over there in UK too. Flu, I know, like the BS man, but I've been a fan for way too long, man. I know you ain't snipers. I already know what it is. You already know what the game is over here, man. But I'm telling you, Frank Warren has pull over there too. And Frank Warren's going to say, Joshua doesn't deserve a fight with Fury. Usyk versus Fury. Let Fury get all the belts. It's gonna be
But,
hard to deny
but
that.
why do you say he's the best of all time already though? Because I'm like, it's
Who,
not like
Fury?
it's not like his resume is elite. It's not like his resume is something
It's
that's
not about him being elite. It's just about being living in the moment. This is the day that ain't. Reality is a bitch, right? I'm like, if you don't live in reality, then you can say, yeah, Michael Jackson is the best, musician of all time. Look at all his accolades. But if you really live in reality, everyone thinks Drake is the best. You see what I'm saying? You just gotta be real with yourself.
he can't be the best over Chris Brown. I'm sorry.
But
Never.
that doesn't matter. That's a false narrative because no one's gonna agree with you. So I'm like,
I think a lot of people would agree with me, man. People
so you just
give
gotta
Chris
be real, man. I'm just gonna be 100 with you, man. You just gotta be real. Like Fury is the best in the game because of the look. Wilder talked all that shit. He had
I'm
all
talking
these
about you said of
excuses.
all time. I'm not talking about now. I know he's the best now. I'm talking about all time. You said he's the best of all time right
Moving
now.
the
That's what you
goalposts.
said.
You're moving the goalposts.
How?
It's always about the present. Hit that like button. Why ain't nobody hit the like button? I know a different one of y'all came up in here. Hit the like button. What's wrong with y'all?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sometimes I be seeing our channel, bro, and I be seeing the likes. It be like 10, and I go back and look, it be like 7. I'm like, what the hell happened? Like
Nah,
they taking our
I
like?
swear, I think YouTube be fucking with stuff because they'll change with the views too. Because I'll look at the views, it'll be like a certain thing, then I'll come back, it'll be different. So I'm like, YouTube be playing with a shit. But also, I know YouTube saying get on your shit too. So we here. Don't worry about it. We gonna be here. It's all good. I ain't tripping about it.
I'm just saying, man. Well, Ali really fought dogs, man. He got his prime taken away because of the Vietnam
I'm just
War.
showing love real quick. Where y'all at? I know Flex, you ain't in here. You came in the last one. But when you come in here, you bring bitch niggas in. We ain't no goddamn money. We out here, we enjoying the fights. So bring the bitch niggas up in here.
Bro, but I'm saying, you saying Fury beat Klitschko gonna ended his dominance in the division. Now he just ended Wilder's, and his resume is elite me. I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying you have to remember, like Ali really got his prime taken away, bro. He was undefeated, and then they made him have to relinquish the belt. He was gone for what, almost 5 years? It was like 4 years or something like that. Like, imagine if he fought that whole time. He probably would have never lost a step. He probably would have been undefeated. He probably would have never lost. But we can't talk about what ifs now. We got to talk about what happened. So I'm saying, I just think that Ali's really beat a lot of people that you would consider great. When you talk about boxing pedigree, they're with the greats. Nobody was going to tell me Joe Frazier's a bum. Nobody's going to tell me George Foreman's a bum. He came back and won the title at 45 years old. Never been done again. Never will be done again.
And what's interesting, you saying what you're saying. And look at Sugar Hill Stewart, the last post that he had before the fight, he had Muhammad Ali. Interesting, right?
Sugar Hill.
Hold on.
Ali's crazy,
Okay,
man. Crazy.
That's interesting, man. Yeah, we kind of saw that from Fury tonight, man. Like he walked through the storm. Like, boxing is a beautiful thing. Anyone who doesn't understand the essence of boxing and really what it comes down to, you really would have thought that there was some type of cheat involved, some type of heavy gloves, and you might think certain things, but sweet science. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think his nephew has a chance? What do you think?
Who?
His nephew.
Nephew? What you mean? Who's nephew?
Ali's.
Oh, I'm not really. We'll see when it gets to that point. But
It's too early to tell.
Sugar Hill, man. He taught Tyson Fury, and Fury went in there and he put it in, and that showed Fury that he's been doing it since a little baby. He's had it there. It's like he doesn't do it on a daily basis, but he had it there. And that's the difference when it comes to boxing. When you're doing it for such a long time, it's this muscle memory. Hey, let's try this. While Wilder, Malik Scott, you know what I'm saying, he was trying to he was trying to implement, all those different new things that he said, oh, that's not it. We're just in a, and he would talk about it. Remember I said it. He He had an understanding of the knowledge. Look at showing George Foreman. Look at that's the big man game. You wouldn't understand that. What did he do right there? What did he do? What did he do right there? It's snipers. What did he do right there? Y'all tell me. Someone tell me what Foreman did right there. If y'all understand the game, what did Foreman do right there? What did he do? Someone tell me.
He act like he was gonna throw something with his left, and then came back.
I'll give you one more chance. What do you do right there? It's snipers. What do you do right here? What did Foreman do right here?
But put his gloves up.
This is how good of a coach Malik Scott is. And I know I was talking shit saying Malik Scott shouldn't be, but Malik Scott is very knowledgeable. If he has the right student, he would be able to. He's odd guy boxing is the truth. What did he do right here? Please. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Then
I'm not gonna answer, man. Go ahead and tell me, man. I'm not gonna answer. I'm not gonna. I don't know, man. When he walked them down.
So it's snipers. He's not gonna put up what he's gonna put. It's probably gonna come a little bit later. So what big George Foreman did, if you can see right here in his stance, is there anything that seems wrong? Right? He put look at the right foot in the back. He put it right. He took a step in the front. So that's all. Everything is boxing. But you know what he did? He played the big man game. He put his hands up here. He did the wrong stance. He walked forward. He dared the guy that he was fighting to say, hey, throw something. Is you really who you say you is? Right? So that's the big man game. Pushed him off balance, threw him off. You know, boxing is all about rhythm, just like basketball, football. Everything is a rhythm game. I'm going to throw this guy off rhythm, and I'm going to do it in an orthodox game way. Exactly. Trickery, mind games. Yes, it's snipers. He knows it. So it has nothing to do with necessarily setting anything up. It has nothing to do with defending anything. It's just all about just throwing you off your rhythm. That's all he's doing. Hey, I just did something that your coach told you that anytime you see a boxer do that, you should be able to capitalize off it. Oh, I didn't capitalize off it. Not only did I not capitalize off it, he bullied me and took me off position. Right? So what is George Foreman doing? He's establishing dominance. And that dominance is going to carry on throughout the fight because his opponent is going to feel as if he's not going to be able to put himself in certain positions he's usually comfortable with. That's what Fury did throughout this fight with Wilder.
So would you say Fury's better than Floyd?
No. That's see, you're talking about you. I can't compare. I guess if you wanted to look at it and talking about a big man and what he's able to understand with ring generalship, what Fury has done to this extent. Yeah, I would put Fury ahead of Floyd. I'll put Fury ahead of Canelo too.
Ali too?
Heavyweight. No, because that's different. Because there was something going on outside of boxing during that time.
Well, I disagree with the Floyd. I feel like Floyd changed boxing. Believe it or not. I feel like,
but I feel like Floyd changed boxing in a negative way though, not in a positive way, because everyone was looking at if you take an L, you ain't shit. I think that's the only thing Floyd changed up when it comes to boxing.
Well, I feel like Fury's on that same thing though, because it's like Wilder lost twice, he ain't shit. Joshua lost.
He said, "Damn, you guys are still going." Hell the fuck yeah, boy. Floyd changed money for both negative and the good. I don't agree with that last one. I agree when you say Floyd changed money for both negative. It didn't change money for the good. Because you got to remember, he's the Al Heyman era. So Al Heyman came into the game as a promoter. And yes, he paid the fighters more money than you ever seen him with any other promoters. But what did that do for the fighters? The fighters now said, I'm not going to fight the hardest opponent that I can fight. I'm going to fight the opponent that makes more sense for me to make more money. Last one said he made boxers a hell of a lot of money. Floyd did, yes. Floyd did do that. That's really always going to be his tag. He made boxers a lot of money. Even
why is that not good though?
PBC. There's nothing wrong with that. It's great but it's not great for the fans because the way it's structured. Hit the like button, y'all. If y'all ain't came up here and y'all ain't hit the like button, man, come
But
on,
you
man.
gotta also think too.
Come on, y'all. Why you disrespect me?
For
Why
you to
disrespect
change that, you have to still help the promoter because you got to remember the promoter back in the day used to take most of all the cut. You know, now it's like the fighter is getting more of the cut. So I'm like, well, how do you get the promoters to still get the money? Well, they're going to fight the most entertaining fight. That's how they get the back, the pay-per-views.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that.
But okay. But I'm just saying, okay, but I'm talking about as far as still in the ring. I still never seen a fighter like Floyd dominate and manipulate the ring like he's done. And as far as
Conor did it.
What you mean?
Conor did exactly what Floyd did. He didn't make as much money as him, but he basically did the same. He set the same precedent that Floyd did when it comes to the common sports that he was in.
I'm talking about how Floyd was in the ring and what he was doing in the ring.
You're talking about not getting touched and hit and being undefeated. But you got to understand, in that time, like, it sounds all good when we talk about it in the aftermath, but during the time, like, watching it, nobody was that impressed. You feel me what I'm saying?
But
like,
at the same
really
time,
boxing heads, niggas who was real big fans of Floyd, like, we was impressed. But outside of that, like, during the time of Floyd's reign, when he was that money-making dude, like, no one really liked the way he was
fighting. But you
saying
that is giving the same power back to what that nigga his snipers was saying about the pay-per-views about Crawford then. Because you could say the same thing about that nigga then. Because I'm like, ain't nobody impressed by Crawford. Niggas ain't impressed. Niggas saying he ain't fought nobody.
I just want to say this: my AC been on some bullshit this whole time. Finally, I think it came on. But what are you trying to say?
You said that they're not impressed. You said that Terrence Crawford fights. They're saying that he's not fighting anybody. So I'm saying Floyd was fighting people. He had names. I'm like, so if you're saying they weren't impressed by how he was doing it, I'm saying then it doesn't matter then, because that means it's hate to me. It's the same thing about Crawford. They're hating on him.
But no, I don't know. It's like you're using the argument. Like, I've been said they hating on Terrence Crawford, but I want to.
But they hating on Floyd then, because I'm like, you saying you can't.
No, I see what you're saying, but no, it's not the same thing. That's a total different atmosphere because we're talking about a total different spectrum. We're talking about
as a boxer, though, you know how Floyd went about how he did things is elite. No other fighters is doing that besides Fury. Probably
going along with what you said. Last one said, I think what Fury's not doing. I think Floyd put more power in the hands of the fighters. Some will abuse it, but its benefits, after all, exactly. Y'all said how many fighters we seen get screwed over by a bad promoter. Still happens, but not as much so now. Real quick, I do want to disagree with you there. Lost ones. It happens just as much now. It happens even more so. It's just it doesn't happen with the top tier fighters. But when we're talking about on average of the average fighter, the average fighter is not Floyd. The average fighter is not Gervonta Davis. The average fighter is more in the middle range. So it's like you're not gonna get paid what you think or get what you're worth. But it seems to be a lot more lucrative than the MMA side of the game. Please, if y'all up in here, hit the like button. Why have you not hit the like button? Y'all not seen too many channels doing the after recap because we did a 4-hour stream of a beautiful boxing card. Salute to that. But now we're doing a recap, but then y'all gotta hit the like button. Doesn't make any sense. Y'all up in here and y'all ain't been part of the Black Goose TV family. And we Fluence and Zen up in here. Cuba needs prayer. Zen said it himself. Hit the like button. I don't understand y'all. But okay, we here business thing. Last one said that.
Well, let's get to it. So let's get this. This is the last thing because we ain't get to it. So is this Tank Davis?
Last but not least, nigga.
Is this Tank Davis's hardest fight on his resume, or all the other fights that were so easily picture perfect, planned out fights, and this is the first time he's actually stepping in some danger? Is this the first fight?
Well, before we get even into that, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up their respective social medias. I actually want to hear your side because we're just in the beginning of this. I know it's late on my side, but I'm feeling good. I really don't care. We're gonna screen share on that. Rollie, Mero. So even before we go that, because real quick, Zen, can you hear me, brother? Oh, he's on the mute side of the game, so we're gonna get him in a minute. What I'm doing on my side of the game, I'm pulling up the Instagrams of both these brothers before I get my brother on the screen for what we finna talk about. If y'all up in here and you haven't hit the like button, I don't understand why you haven't hit the like button. It's actually quite disappointing. So last one said all the fights were good. Last one said with Rollie, I gotta
Salute to
jump
you,
out,
dog. Good
guys.
night,
But
man.
thanks for the stream. Yeah, last one. Salute to you. I really appreciate you, bro. I already know you over in the UK. You way later than us. It's late as hell out over there. Enjoy your sleep. Enjoy your time. I know you happy as hell. Fury won. Celebrate. Get crazy. Enjoy your Saturday night, bro. Like for real, for real. Enjoy your Saturday night. I'm gonna do the same. Zen gonna do the same. We all gonna do the same. Don't let no one take that shit away from you, because you know what I'm saying. You only got so much. So blessings to you. Salute to you. Prayers to you, brother. Stay safe. Last one. Salute to you. Much love. So what we gonna do? I got Rollie. I got Gervonta Davis. I got both the IDs queued up. We're gonna talk about that coming up. Anyone who's in here, I see 7 people up in here. So please, 7 people. It don't make sense that we got 7 people, 5 people, whatever it may be, up in here, and y'all ain't hit the like button. Hit the like button. Show me and my boy Zen some love, because we over here doing the post fight. We an hour in plus. It's 1 a.m. plus where I'm at. Zen is 12. You know what I'm saying? 11 o'clock where you at. So we out here, we grinding. It's all love though. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend, so I'm not even tripping on much love. So what I'm gonna do real quick before we even hit this is gonna be the last topic of the night. So y'all, you know what I'm saying, show us love. Rock with us. I got some shit we about to queue up. Zen, say something to him. Give me that little 5-minute break, 2-minute break, and we're gonna finish it out with the topic.
I ain't really got too much to say to y'all. Just wait for my boy to come back. But I hope y'all had a good day. If Wilder's out there, man, I don't know. He's probably never gonna hear this. But I just say, brother, you know, sometimes we just lose, you know. But them L's gonna teach you who you are, man. It's gonna teach you is you resilient, and you gonna bounce back, or you gonna fold up and succumb. You know what I mean? So with that, Wilder, I say, man, I'm still a fan of you. I still think you can still do big things. I still think you could probably knock out a couple other dudes. You know, but as far as being a champion, as long as Tyson Fury's breathing air, I'm not looking like you're gonna beat him, man. And that's okay. You know, it's like how players probably felt when they played Kobe, man. You know, it's like, damn, I know I'm nasty. I know I got this one thing I'm really good at, but at the end of the day, that's Mamba. You know what I mean? That's Mamba right there. You know what I mean? So it's all right, man. You know, you ain't been doing this for your whole life, you know. Yeah, other things you was doing, yeah, other circumstances. So I'm like, man, take it on the chin. Know that you was in there. You gave it your best. Try to forget about it. Use it as motivation to be better. Keep keep taking care of your family, man, and just you know what I'm saying, take care of yourself. And everything will be everything. You're but you know what I'm saying? We ain't here chilling. He finally came back from his break. You know what I'm saying? The young whippersnapper finally came over from his break. He out here moving, but he don't know how to shake. I'm moving like I gotta move. I be just quaking. Looking at her, and she looking like she waiting. But I'm just moving, and I'm 666 like Satan. Ooh! That was a bar right there. My bad, y'all. I was out
It's
here.
late. Last one. No, let them know, man. Let the people know, man. We out here. We shooting. Y'all gotta know, man. We shooting bars all the time, man. Late bars, man.
Anyway, man, we got to get to the topic of hand, man. I need to hear Fluence. This fight came unexpectedly. You did not know it was coming up. He was talking shit about the rest of the year boxing. You said it was weak. I'm not gonna lie. Starting from Joshua, ending up with this fight, going on to the what's the next most recent fight? Would it be Caleb Plant Canelo, the big one?
Yeah, that'll probably be the next one.
And then we got Terrence Crawford. Man, that boy Tank right there. It's just crisp, man. Like that boy is so crisp. Like it's crazy that speed. Like, and every punch of those are just power, and it's all just set on just good footwork.
Yeah. He a
Is his
little nigga,
footwork
but
not
that boy
phenomenal?
fast. He a little nigga, but he fast. He got great footwork. He got the power. That's what you gotta be scared of when it comes to that boy right there. And we got Rollie on the other hand.
Rollie, oli, oli, poly.
Rollie the nigga with all the white. He don't care. He just walk through it. He don't care. See? Rollie like, you ain't shit. What's up? What's up? So it's like that's Rollie. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I get some pads or some Rollie.
He
I know I
don't
got.
got none of that up there like that,
Here we
man.
go.
He ain't trying to show that.
Look, here we go right here. Bow. Look at that uppercut. Look at that uppercut.
I don't see nothing. Oh, okay, I see now.
Well, some. Hold on. Let's get some. Let's get some. Let's get some.
I ain't gonna lie, these clips looking a little weak, man.
Hold on, chill, bro.
Okay, he look kind of crazy right there.
That boy, he don't care. Like if it, and don't worry, I'll pull up the fight stat soon.
Yeah, that look kind of good. But yeah, compared to that, that's different right there.
But Rolly look way bigger than him though. That's the problem though. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
do look big. You think Tank gonna be an underdog or favorite?
Tank gonna be a favorite for sure. Tank way faster than that nigga.
Way faster, bro. The mitts is crazy, fool.
But he's so much small.
Oh my gosh, bro. He
Bruh.
really moving. Hey, shout out to the nigga on the mitts though. That nigga moving fast too, nigga.
But at the same time though, man, my man Rolly, man. I know he look slower,
But it's
but
just
you
like
can
it.
tell he way bigger though.
But you talking about weight though, as if Tank isn't slick. Like like Tank's really a slick fighter, and he's southpaw. Don't underestimate that southpaw advantage. Like you know what I mean? Like what's like Rolly's not gonna be able to get that slow ass shit off. Tank gonna pivot out of that, bam, over the top left. Come on, man.
Hold up. I think, man, he looking nasty right now, man. Ah, he's so fast, man.
Bro,
He's
he's
so
quick
fast.
as fast. Is he faster than Floyd in his prime?
I won't say he's faster than Floyd, but he got more power than Floyd. So he might be close to the same level, but the fact he has more power than Floyd, but he's close on the same level is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't
Yeah,
double
because
landed.
he's
Please hit the
baptizing
like button. Why
everybody.
y'all up in here? Y'all ain't hit the like button, man. Show some love, y'all. Go ahead. I'm gonna throw up a Rolly fight because I know you ain't seen a fight before.
Roly Polioli. But you didn't answer my question. Is this Tank's first challenge?
Oh, that was the original question. Nah, I don't think that's it's his first challenge. I think Gamboa is his first challenge.
All right. Well, you talk to other people, man. They was telling me Gamboa wasn't that.
But that's because people they don't really know like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't like to me. I'm like if you knew who Gamboa was when he was coming up, like in 2008, he was the next Floyd. Everyone thought he was next Floyd. 50 Cent was behind him, had all the money behind him. Like I'm telling you, Terrence Crawford came out of nowhere and derailed his train. Like Gamboa is a beast. Gamboa's only been stopped by Crawford and I don't remember it, but apparently Davis as well. That's it. Like
No,
Gamboa was
Devin
a beast.
Haney, right? No, Devin Haney didn't do
No,
it.
he didn't stop him and went to the decision. But and then also not only that, Gamboa was fighting at an upper weight class when he fought all three of them, except Crawford. Crawford was the only person he fought his natural weight class. How about that? How about that?
So that's his only test then. Or would you say Leo Santa Cruz was a test? Or you don't count him because that.
Are you talking about Gervonta?
Yeah.
Santa Cruz was a test to an extent, but that wasn't Santa Cruz's natural weight class.
So what about who did he just fight? Barrios.
Barrios, it seemed like a test, but I never heard of him. You know what I'm saying? I never heard of him. So Barrios was one of those guys who kind of like similar to who Anderson fought. Jared Anderson fought at the beginning of the Wilder Fury card. Like he was going against an undefeated heavyweight. He was a beast, but it's like I never heard of him. So it's like I don't really know if he's been, you know, he has an undefeated record based on the fact that he's been fed, you know, canned, or if he's really as good as his record shows, which, you know, boxing can go that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. All right, that's what I'm like. Hopefully, I'm sharing the right shit. So I just want to share it a little bit. Romero, this is how Romero fights. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't give bursts. He can be dirty.
I ain't gonna pick him apart, bro.
Is that how you
I
feeling?
see how he's throwing it. Like Tank's gonna be able to, like, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna come in and probably, you know, hit Tank a little bit, you know what I mean? Because he's a bigger guy, but in the end, Tank's gonna be able to just swerve around him, eventually get him caught up in there. Because he's southpaw, bro. So he's coming in wild against an unorthodox dude. Of course that's gonna work.
You know.
You know what I mean? Going against a southpaw with power and speed, that's a whole nother level.
I won't lie, me right now watching that, I'm like, oh yeah, Davis is gonna knock this boy out.
Yeah, he going.
I'm like,
I'm already seeing the setup.
He's like, he's way too sloppy, man.
Too sloppy. You can't be throwing hooks that wild on him.
What we just saw what happened to FA against Frank. And Frank, by the way, that dude is not 29 years old. That brother is 37 at least. I ain't never seen no 29-year-old look like that. That brother is older than motherfucker. But you seen what happened with FA? You know, similar approach. You seen what happened to Deontay Wilder? Why are we trying to make it seem like it's not a big deal? Wilder literally got like he got flatlined, bro. Like nigga, that wasn't a normal stoppage. Like why are we trying to do that? Like that wasn't a normal stoppage, bro. Like
the only reason I'm not trying to do him bad, bro, because I just like his message. I see like what he tries to be about.
But I'm like, I don't think that's fair. I think if it was anybody else, we'd be like, damn, bro, got like that wasn't a normal knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we trying to act like it was like, oh, he had a good fight? I'm like, that wasn't how was a good fight? You end up flatline like that.
You can't really say that though, because I'm like, the George Foreman versus Ali was a good fight. And that man George went out there.
That's different because no one had any excuses. Wilder.
I mean, honestly, bro, but at the same time, I'm like, did he not maybe just use the excuses for the rematch?
Bro, did you not see the way he got knocked down?
All I'm saying is, bro, when you got that moment and you know it's coming to an end, you'll do anything to do it, anything to keep it going for a little bit longer. All I think is that he just had it going a little bit longer.
But I'm just saying, he got rid of.
At the end of the day, nobody else has been knocking niggas out in that ring like he was. So I mean, yeah,
I'm not
it's bad.
taking it. It sounds like excuses.
Hold on, I'm just saying. I know it's bad, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, you know he gonna catch hell. So it's like I don't know what you were looking for. I don't know what you're trying to see right now. I'm like, if you really want to go see go on Twitter right now. I'm pretty sure you got a hashtag saying "bum squad" or something.
Why
If
you
you,
sound so hurt? I'm not saying
I'm not
anything.
hurt. I'm letting you know. I'm just saying, like you making it seem like I should have an answer for why we're not making it such a big deal. I'm thinking like
I
I'm
just don't
not
understand.
surprised.
I don't understand why it's not a big deal. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I think the first one was worse than that one, in my
Oh
opinion.
my god, how is that worse than the first one? He didn't get up. Hey, it's funny how they didn't give Deontay Wilder no chance when they gave Wilder a chance. They started counting when he was down. But boom, look at that. Lord. How was that? I don't understand. Oh my god. Like he went to sleep, bro. He said, I gotta go to sleep. Where's the pillow at? Where's my cover? I don't want to go anywhere, but I want to be tucked in.
That's probably
Please
what Star's doing. I know Star did a live too.
tuck me in. I want to be tucked in. I don't want to be awake anymore. I want to be asleep. I want to dream. I don't want to be here anymore. Bye bye. That's what it look like. That's bad. It's not me being disrespectful any type of way. It's me being respectful. I'm just saying it's bad. That's what I'm saying. Can I say that? Can I say that, bro?
Say what?
Okay. All right. I'm done. So
What
Wilder,
you mean?
I'm just saying this. Wilder, I just like Wilder's gonna have to face the fact that Malik Scott made no difference. He fired Breland on some bullshit. He has a lot of things he has to face.
I said that. I said, I still support the brother. I already told these dudes that. I already gave my
Why?
condolence.
Well, why do you feel the way you feel about him, but you don't feel the way you
I
feel about
already
Joshua? That makes
explained
no
that like an hour ago,
sense
my
to me.
boy. Where have you been? I told
I
you.
just don't understand that, man. I think that's bias.
Let me put some money on this fight. Why are we catching a lot of smoke?
Oh my god. I don't understand how you feel the way you feel.
I just because I know he can still knock out anybody else out in the division. So I'm just like, yeah, that's bad. But I'm like, that's his beef of Fury. Like, if anything, he's just more embarrassing because I'm like, you talk that shit and that motherfucker came and beat your ass. So it's like, that's the more like, I don't need to kick him down more, bro.
I know that, but I'm just saying you gotta be
You know
realistic
what
with
I'm
what
saying? Like, bro,
happened.
at the end of the day, bro, I'ma just have to keep it a buck with you, bro. Like, you feel me? You could be like, oh, bro, that's the but I'm like, bro, he's a brother. And it's just sad to see a brother just getting, defeated like that, man. I
It's
don't
not about
care.
that. It's not
Well, I'm
about
making it
that.
about that. It's
No,
sad.
that's what you making it about. It's not about that.
That's
I'm just
sad.
like, come on, man.
Sad.
All them excuses. That was nasty.
That's sad, man.
All I'm saying is, man, Javante Tank Davis, you're
That's what we
saying
were supposed
that
to be
this is
talking
not gonna
about.
be. We
You
are supposed to
right.
be talking about that. You
You right.
saying that
You
this
right.
is not gonna be his first challenge, or you say is it even going to be a challenge? Because what I'm seeing from the film, he doesn't have too
Oh,
much of anything up, and on top of that, what I see from them highlights, he's just was just trying to bully that guy. It really wasn't anything super disciplined. There's nothing I saw that Tank was need to be worried about. I could be wrong.
no, I don't. I actually don't. I don't disagree with you. Like after watching the actual footage, I was like, my man Rollie got some
I'm like his best bet is to hope Tank can't take a punch. Or his power is just unbenign to Tank's face.
or even just Rollie's just that much bigger. I guess that's what you got to hope for.
But I'm just like I seen Tank body punches. Like
What you think? That's some power right there, man.
look like what Wilder was doing.
What you mean? So you don't believe in Wilder's training no more?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You see what happened, bro. You just you're
That's
trying to
crazy.
You just put them all up on our channel like that. You know what I mean?
I didn't put him on the channel like that.
You
That's what happened.
did. You
I
replayed it
I
like
I,
4 times already.
I,
Like, damn. Like, you gonna keep bringing that damn shit up? Okay.
I am.
It's crazy him and AB don't hang out no more. That nigga take probably like that. This nigga out here that got no bread. Like, yeah, you got to go back to the good hands,
AB
huh?
trying to get it right, man. AB trying to get it right. Don't be disrespectful, man.
Bro, look at the speed though. Why is my man's hands moving that fast, bro? Like he really just like throwing like
Like a
3, 2.
mosquito, nigga.
Yeah,
That nigga like a mosquito, bro.
He does mitts better than Floyd, in my opinion, bro.
Well, he faster than him. He faster with more power, but he's smaller than Floyd.
True. Floyd did have an art though. Him and Roger, rest in peace to a legend. But him and his uncle Roger, they used to be crazy, man. Who is that?
Yeah.
Why is that old man going at him like that?
That's his
That his
dad.
daddy? Oh,
Yeah.
like damn. Yeah, bro, that's not gonna get it. Is that TMT Jim? Is he
Yeah,
training in
he's
here?
under. He's that's who he signed under.
He's under TMT, so he's gonna
Yeah.
they're having a TMT show off.
Yes, that's what you don't
Oh, you
realize.
know
That's
Tank
why
gonna.
it's shit crazy.
That's what then you know Tank gonna win then.
But supposedly Rollie was trying to fight Devin Haney.
They knew they didn't want that. At least him losing to somebody in the camp, it makes it still look good because you're like, well, it's all in house. That's how we rocking. Tank's the one. You feel me? But he don't want to lose to Devin Haney. Like his whole stock go down fast. At least if he loses to Tank, he can still get other fights. Because I'm like, well, you lost to Tank.
Why is that nigga so fast? Nigga's like a
I
fly.
don't know. It's crazy.
Bruh. So what you think? You think my guy Rollie got a chance? Look. I mean, got caught with all those. Damn, that jab was landing.
Boy, it's like AB. That's a bar.
He said what?
That's a bar. He said trigger finger fast like Floyd, but punch like AB.
That's what I'm saying. Look at him. Look at Romero though. Look at him. Oh. Look, he there. Oh. Look, he a big boy. Look, he look good right there.
Bro, he's going against somebody he knows that he doesn't respect power. It's a difference.
You don't think he can do that against Gervonta?
It's an orthodox fighter, my boy. Check it out. You know Tank Davis is great at getting on the opponent's other side of the foot. Once that's established, it's over.
I don't know, man. I think Romero's does like Romero looks way bigger than Gervonta.
Mario's was bigger. He was 5'10".
But it's different. Barrio doesn't use his size the way. Ooh. The way
The
Romero
size
does.
he's the way who? Man,
The way
stop
Romero
gassing.
does. Look at that. Oh Lord.
That left's not gonna be there with Gervonta though, like that.
Jesus.
It's not gonna be lined up like that.
Lord.
I know what you're doing though. I like it.
Oh my God.
We should be boxing promoters, bro. You'd be good at it.
I'm telling you, man. Jesus. What in the world?
Nobody can say he's not working. Why his hands moving so fast, bro? That's crazy.
The speed of that thing is off the chain, man.
What's going on with Jamal Charlo, bro? How come he hasn't been fighting, bro? Is he done? He retired? He gave up the belt?
I
What's
think
going
he
on?
had a fight.
Bro, I haven't seen Jamal fight, bro.
I think he had a fight. Look, y'all. You don't even feel like an hour 23. See, we got to do more of these post-fight recaps. See, y'all in tune in here. I keep going, but it's 1:33 in the morning over here where I'm at. Y'all up in here. Y'all didn't hit the like button, man. Why ain't y'all hit the like button, man? Where's the love at? Hit the like button.
What you finna do, bro? You finna get up out of here?
I gotta eat. I'm gonna eat. I ain't eat. Well, I ate a little something earlier today, but I gotta eat. I'm gonna eat tonight. Sleep. Wake up tomorrow. I had the best workout I have in a while since my leg been injured, so that's good. So I'm gonna get it back in tomorrow and just keep rocking and rolling, man. It's been tough, but we out here. We just trying to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Stay busy. Salute. You heard?
I feel it, dog. Well, salute to you, dog. You put in over about almost 5 hours of content. Salute to you, dog.
Yeah, we putting that work, man. I appreciate you sitting and joining me, man. Make this rock. Appreciate everybody getting up in here, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Check us tomorrow. We're gonna be back most likely with another episode of Fluence and Zen. So y'all, we much love. We out here. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe, Black Blues Gang. Like the video. We out. We're gonna be back. You hear me?